Okay, the final tools I want to introduce to you in this week are that you can use a line to create your own 3D object is Loft, which is more complicated when compared with the last two function I introduced to you. The last two is Extrude and Loft. Extrude and Loft, you can use them by only create one line only, but in this case we need two lines. So I go to Spline, select line. I create the first line first, right click, and then the second line I need a closed shape. That means you can use circle, rectangle, or even a star, or you can use a line to create your own object, such as the sweetheart we drew before. In this case, I want to try circle. You can draw your circle through the top view, or I use front view this time. I like to put the circle or the shape near the starting point of my path. This is the starting point. Okay, we have two lines. We can go to geometry, pull down, open the pull down menu, select compound object. Compound object means that you have to use all these tools by at least two elements. In this case, we have two elements. This is the first one, and this is the second one. I select the path. That means this line, this curve, and then click Loft. Click Get Shape, and then click the circle. Okay, you will turn your path into a 3D form. Okay, you can go to Modify, or you use Select Object or Movement tools to select your 3D object. Now, what you can do is, if I move it upward a bit, you can select your line again, select the vertex to update the shape of your line. And how about the circle? I select the circle, and then you can change the radius. Okay, what I want to show you is, I select the 3D object and then go to Modify. Look for option called Shape Step and Path Step. These two numbers represent the number of segments, the division, how many wires in between your 3D object. If I decrease the number, it looks more linear. If I give increased number, it looks more smooth. And also the shapes, if I decrease the number, I press F4 for my perspective view. The circle looks much more. There's a lot of corner, and it's formed by a lot of linear lines. And if I increase the number, it looks more smooth. Okay, what I want to show you in the last is deformations. There are different kinds of deformation. I want to try only scale and trace. In this case, I turn on scale. There's a graph pop up. Here are 2 points. The first point means the starting point of your line, your 3D object, and this point means the ending, the end point of your 3D object. If I click this point and use the Move Control Point tool, and then move it downward, this is the scale deformation. 100 means 100%. If I decrease the number, the size was decreased. Okay, what if I increase the number? I move it upward. It will increase the size, and also you can use your keyboard to input the numbers you want. If I want 200, input 200 and press enter. Here are some zoom extents. You can use it for you to have a better look of your curve. Also, here are option called insert corner point. That means you can increase the number of control point on this curve. I click here and then I choose move again. select this point, I give it 200, press enter. Select this point, I give it maybe 50, zoom again. You see the line, it decrease the size and then increase the size again, decrease the size and then increase the size again. And also all of this point, if you right click, you can choose species smooth so that the changes looks more smooth. Okay, besides scale, I can use trace. I click again. The control are the same. If I select the ending point and move it upward, it's trace rotating. Okay, let me zoom. Maybe 800. You see, it's rotating. But because the object is formed by a circle, so it's not easy to observe while we do the trace. So I delete this object. Let me start the creation again. This time I use a star to demonstrate. And then I put it in near the starting point of my path. Select the path again, go to compound object, loft, get shape, and then click my star. I go to modify, select my 3D object, click trace. This time I move the ending point upward, or I simply input a number here and then press enter. You see it's been traced. And then I can use the trace and scale all together. Maybe I scale it down. Okay, you can use all these objects to create your custom 3D shapes.